Feel like I'm always starting these streams with a cough and shit. So today we have Alexander Camden, Alex Camden. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Let me just invite him to the chat. All right. These lights are like new.
Yes, sir. Hey, brother. I just got out of the shower, so I just gotta put some clothes on.
Oh, okay, sure. You can feel free
Yeah,
to
give me a
turn the
second. Give me a
camera
second.
aside a bit. So yeah, like I actually got this new light thingy. It's quite cool. Like it's a remote and shit. Can like change the color. Like, yeah. Hope his internet is alright, cause I'm having that like loading problem thingy. Hey, Alex.
Yo. Okay. Sorry about that, man.
I can hear you. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah. I was just putting some clothes on. What's good?
Oh,
What's
okay.
good? Yazerski. Yellow DiCaprio. Wait one sec.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just clearing my room a little because it's really messy and I'm just gonna
yeah,
like head out to buy some cigarettes. So let me get my earphones on and my mask on as well.
yeah. Yeah, man. That's like it's funny how that became the like new normal now.
I mean, like what the whole like you have to put your mask on before you go out.
Yeah, the whole like wallet,
I
keys, handphone, mask.
I got shouted at the other day actually in the convenience store because like my mask was like this, and there was a lady. She was like, she came up to me and she was like, "Put your mask on." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, yo, like
Hey,
where did that come
I
from?
can't really see your like video thing, you know.
Oh, really? Shit! Wait, give me
Yeah,
a sec. Give me a sec.
should I try recalling you? Or... Oh, okay, yeah, probably gonna need to recall him. Yeah, just give me a sec. It's like I don't know, like the internet thing is sometimes a little bit annoying. Okay, let's go live. You would think like Singapore would have like better connection because we're just an island, but
Hello,
oh
hello,
yeah, nice.
Yazerski. Wait, let me
So
get
yeah, do you wanna
this.
like introduce yourself and like just let everyone know what you do?
I actually make hip hop music, and I go by the stage name Yellow DiCaprio. Um, I've actually been debating on whether I should change my my username to Yellow DiCaprio, but
Just do it, man. Why not?
I. I don't know if I should, but like yeah, I'm gonna stick to the Alexander Camden handle for a bit, and maybe when things start like taking off, I might switch it up. Okay,
Oh,
actually, give me like a second. I'm just gonna like go out of my room. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm
okay,
so sorry. Yeah.
okay, it's okay. I'm like, is he covering the yeah?
Hey, man. It is.
Actually,
I'm
right, I wanna
just
ask
gonna go
you,
downstairs.
can like, how long have
Come.
you been
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
music?
I'm on it now. It's just on the live call. Yeah. Sorry, bro. Give me a second. I'm just talking to my mom. I'm so sorry. It's kind of messy.
That's
Just
alright, alright. This is like
yeah.
the most ADHD live stream I've done.
I mean, I mean,
So
I'm a
it's
very like I'm a very clumsy and like not well put together person. So yeah. I'm so
okay.
sorry,
So
man.
wanna ask you, right?
Uh-huh.
How long have you been doing like music?
I've been doing music for about um four, four-ish, 5 years now. Okay, okay.
Wait,
The thing is that I've been doing music unofficially since I was about 13, and
you were doing hardcore, like the post-hardcore, hardcore type shit, right?
I was in a couple of bands back in like my younger years, and I played in two bands actually. One of them became I don't know if you know of this band Vils. It's they're quite a popular band,
Uh-huh.
and the cousin of the lead vocalist of Vils, he took my position in the first band, and they went on to become a band called 1,000.
Called what?
1,000.
Oh, okay. I'm
A
not too sure,
thousand.
but is this in the vein of like that hardcore, post-hardcore scene?
It is. It was
Oh, okay.
it was a metalcore band actually.
Okay, so I think I saw you perform when I was in secondary school. It was a gig at
really?
Fort Canning. Yeah. My
I
friend's band was
I've never performed at. Okay, I have I.
okay. So there was this metal gig at Fort Canning, right?
Okay.
And I think like
Oh, I know which one. I know which one. I know which
yeah.
one.
So I
Yes,
think
I know
two of
which
my
one.
friends' bands were playing. One of them was called Save the Riot.
Okay.
Yeah, they're only around for a while lah. Actually, wanted to ask you right, what
Okay.
secondary school are you from?
Oh, I went to a private school. It's not really an international school. It's I went to Hwa Chong. I went to Hwa Chong, but the international uh derivative of the school. Am I using that word correctly? Yeah. Yeah. I went to the international version of Hwa Chong institution. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it kind of similar like the international version of ACS where it's like cannot study
Yeah.
or then you go?
Okay, that is actually very true. The thing is like I was okay, my parents were hoping that I could make it to like a Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Chris wants
Let me
you to
just say
say
hi to Chris. Hi, Chris. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember you from
Chris.
Montfort.
I yeah, and yeah, so you know they were hoping that I could go to a Catholic school, but obviously my grades didn't my grades did not make the cut.
No, I mean
And
you could definitely have gotten into like St. Gabriel's or Montfort.
yeah, but that was really far. Okay, they actually wanted me to go to St. Joseph's Institution.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
and they were like, oh, you know, he can't make it there, so
So
we'll
it wasn't
just.
just Catholic school; it had to be like elite Catholic school.
I guess they had high hopes, but I mean that was one of the first few times they were let down. I guess. Yeah,
Wait, so are you Catholic or like?
I I, okay. My family is mostly Catholic, but I have not been baptized yet.
Wait,
I'm
I thought all Catholics like get baptized when you're like born. Like when you're a child, they just waterboard you in holy water or some shit.
nah. Okay, basically how it happened for me was when I was in I think when I was in grade 7, which is secondary one here, right?
Mm.
My my I started listening to like heavy music, like metal and all that stuff, and my mom was like, "Shit, this guy is like he's going down a bad path, so I need to send him to church." And then yeah, because I was getting into like black metal, death metal, all the more extreme stuff. I was very into the extreme stuff, and slowly I moved into like metalcore, the more mainstream stuff. Yeah,
So okay, wait, just so did you like go through like the whole catechism class shit, like
I
Sunday
did, I
school
did,
stuff?
I did,
Wait,
I did.
what church do you used to go to?
I used to go to Saint Ignatius. It's a church in Bukit Timah.
Is it a Catholic church though? Like okay, so I was raised
Yeah.
Catholic, so I'm
Okay.
okay. Like my uncle's a Catholic priest, by the way.
Oh, okay. Wait, which church does he
Okay, so he changed a few, right? And like, so it's a bit of a surprise to some people because I think if the archbishop dies, he'll be like, high chance he's going to
Oh,
be. Yeah, okay. Do you know
okay.
Father Richard Ambrose?
I I feel I've heard that name before.
Yeah. He's kind of like people either love him or hate him because like
I,
whatever church he goes to, he like the church earns a lot more money because he's very good at managing shit. But yeah,
okay, wait. Do you happen to have a cousin, Mark Ambrose?
no. But he went to Montfort, right? Mark Ambrose is Montfort
Yes,
kid.
Mark Ambrose,
Yeah.
one full sleeve, and he has a younger brother, skinny dude with long hair. I can't remember that dude's name for the life of me.
I think I got see him before, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
no, yeah, we're not related.
yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
want to ask you, like, what made you
Uh-huh.
change from metal to like rap?
Um, Okay. The first band I ever listened to in my entire life, like excluding boy bands and all that stuff. The first band I ever listened to was Linkin Park.
Mhm.
Hey Terrell. Yeah,
So
he's
a
a
lot of very active friends in the comments.
yeah,
Later we'll ask questions, okay? So y'all can like.
yeah. Yeah, okay, basically I started off listening to new metal, which is a combination of rock and hip hop. A lot of
Mhm.
the new metal bands incorporated hip hop beats or bass riffs into their songs. So I was like, shit, this is dope, you know. But instead of getting into hip hop, I got into hip hop for a very short while, and like I was like, yo, this shit is boring, you know. I wasn't interested in like like that culture at that
Uh-huh.
point of time, you know. Then then I only got back into hip hop when I was in like I think grade 11, which is after my last year of secondary school. Okay, so I went to Singapore Poly for a very short while, and I was in the same course as Sugar Shay.
That's who?
Sugar Shay,
Sorry.
he's a.
Oh,
I was
okay,
in
okay.
this,
Was
yeah,
it like what
Sugar Shay.
Matchcom or?
Yeah. We were in the same mass comm course together. So back then, like I guess him and I, we were okay with each other for a bit, and then I decided to run my mouth and I went off at it. Yeah, I used to say a lot of dumb shit back when I was younger, and
Okay. I can relate. I can relate.
like even now, dude, like I love like stirring shit up, but like I have to take like a step back. If I stir too much shit up, like people like it's not just bad for me as a person, but
It
it's bad
affects
for
like the
like
people you're with and like
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
dude.
I understand that like firsthand.
Yeah,
Okay, like so I guess maybe I wanna ask you like um I've like done one shoot with you before.
yep. Courtesy of
So
Ben.
I
That was
yeah,
a very I actually enjoyed that shoot very thoroughly. Yeah,
yeah, thanks. I mean I have fun like working with you guys as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so I wanna say that like when I first met you I thought like you were alright, you were chill and everything.
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
I heard like a lot of different people like talking shit about you kind of thing. So like maybe like because okay I've been seeing your stories recently and you've been like trying
Okay.
to open up a bit and everything, right? So maybe I wanna
Mhm.
ask you about it. Like, why do
Of
you
course, bro.
think I mean yeah, like why do you think you have a shit reputation? Like
Uh, okay, bro. Honestly, you can ask me anything. I promise you, I won't get offended, and
okay,
I'll try
that's good, that's
and
good.
I'll try to answer everything to the best of my ability and as honestly as I can. Okay.
Okay.
I think when I first started going to shows, when I first started partying. I think I was about 17. I was about 17, and initially I was like a very like fanboy, like oh my god, these guys are so cool kind of thing, you know. Then it got to a point where I was like, yo, like I don't have to do all this dick riding, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have to do all this dick riding, like fuck it, you know. I'm just gonna do me. And honestly, like I found that I have a knack for like causing trouble. Honestly, I would say I am a bona fide troublemaker. You can ask my friends from my younger years, like I will do stupid shit. Like I'll take okay, I did a lot of nasty stuff as well. Some of which I regret. Like I would take a shit in like the urinals in school. Okay,
Uh,
but I feel bad now because the people who have to clean it up, like it's a whole nother job for them, and I
mm,
shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that kind of dumb shit. But the stuff that I don't regret doing, honestly, I think like my favorite stunt of all time is when I ran naked. Okay, this is what got me expelled. So I ran naked across the Red Bridge at SP, and one of my classmates, who was also my group mate, like he snitched on me. He went to tell like the teacher, and he was like, "Oh, this is the guy. It's this motherfucker that's been doing it." And I'm just like, and the funny thing is, when he saw me on the day which I had to go back to school to meet the disciplinary panel, he was like, "Hey, bro, you okay or not? Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yo, this guy, his balls bigger than like." I was like, "Bro, how can you rat on me and then freaking come up to
Come
me?"
like in your
Yeah,
face. Right?
like
Yeah.
yo, the fuck, bro, like,
Actually,
but
okay,
yeah.
I want to ask you, right? What's the worst thing you did in secondary school?
What's the worst thing I did in secondary school? Okay, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing that I did, but I had a very dear friend, or rather like an old friend of mine. He collected, like, okay, like I accompanied him around the neighborhood, which is I think that was like Coronation Road, Farrer Road. So it's all these
Hmm.
like landed houses. It's all these like big houses and stuff. It's like in the suburbs, and like he collected dog shit from the floor, and he was this guy. Okay, this guy is where I learned all, like, this guy is the dude who taught me all this like
All this shit,
shit
right?
stuff.
Like,
Yeah. So he went around the neighborhood collecting dog shit because he was looking for one of our classmates' house so that he could throw the dog shit into it. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
okay, like maybe I'll tell you like one of the maybe worst things that we did in like secondary school. So like for me, right,
okay,
so okay, I went to Montfort, so it's like it's quite a
okay.
fun like school, okay.
Moffat is
And,
a
and the thing about
gangster school, right? Apparently.
okay, so my seniors that batch, they all like Azundong, Zapui Xiao, like all the like different
Okay,
gangs, whatever. Like, that was my
okay,
seniors. My batch
okay.
was like heavily inspired off of Jackass kind of thing. It's to the point that
Oh,
our
okay,
seniors
okay,
would be like embarrassed at us. So when you talk about
okay,
feeling bad for cleaners and all that, right? Sometimes I
okay.
feel a bit like mixed feelings about it. Cause
Mhm.
during my batch, like when I was in school, I know that there was a recession going on, right?
Okay,
But we
okay,
created so much mess that they had to hire another three cleaners. So in that sense, right, we created jobs. Okay. I just share with you like one of the things we did, right?
uh-huh.
So we had this relief teacher in the school theater. So school theaters usually got no windows. It's like pitch
Mhm.
black, dark kind of thing, right?
Okay,
So this relief teacher was like, "Hey, y'all don't play, y'all don't play." So I instigated my friend to like turn off the lights. So we turn off the lights. Then after that, he go
okay.
and shout at us and all that on, right? But when the lights are off, my friend like put the jacket there and break the fire extinguisher case.
Fuck.
Then right, it gets worse. Then after that, we turn off the lights again. Then he shot at us again. We took the fire
Okay,
extinguisher to the middle of the school theater.
okay,
Then after that, he turned off. He's like, one more time. Then after that, we just like, okay, fucking do it. Then we turn off the light, right? So imagine it's pitch black darkness. Then you just
okay.
suddenly hear, and then you can't breathe, and your eyes start stinging, right? And like we ran, like we were tripping over the seats, falling over each other, choking, like
Okay.
because it's carbon dioxide. Then we opened the
So,
door, then everyone like tried to scramble out and everything. So in the end, right, like the school cleaners like had to spend like um a whole like I think like 3 or 4 days to clean up the
uh-huh,
school theater. Cause like when you
uh-huh.
find a teacher, it coats the whole room in this like fine powder. Then you have to put fans to like blow out all the shit and everything.
Okay.
So like I mean like I would say now like it's a fucking bad horrible thing to do and everything.
Okay,
But
okay.
we did technically create like 3 new job openings in school,
I
So
honestly, I think that was a beautiful thing because, like, at the end of the day, you're draining MOE's money, and I'm honestly, okay, like, I'm very anti-government, bro. I'm extremely anti-government. Anything that drains the government's resources that won't directly affect the population, I am pro that. Like, I'm like, yeah. So I think that was a beautiful thing.
okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I wanna ask you, right? So being in the whole like rap scene in Singapore, right?
Uh-huh.
What do you feel about it? Like let's say, do you think that the rap scene in Singapore it still has a lot of room to grow, or do you think it's because I always hear this thing that like, oh yeah, the next generation of creatives are finally starting, but I've been hearing that since I was like 15 until now, kind of thing. So what do you think about it?
Okay, the thing is, if no rapper, if you wanna make a name for yourself, and I'm talking about okay, give me a rapper that do you listen to hip hop, or do you prefer like other stuff?
So I
What's your
usually don't really listen to like
okay,
music actually.
okay, okay,
I guess I don't know, like I like Childish Gambino and Hamilton.
okay. What about okay? What other stuff do you listen to? Besides hip hop. Besides hip hop.
Man, I'm still stuck in the whole like sleeping with sirens, like
Okay,
Bring Me
okay.
the Horizon.
Bro, I think honestly I was huge on those bands when I was younger. But okay, if even if a local rapper, okay, for example, okay, honestly, I would say the few rappers I feel have a chance of making it out of this country are well, this is tough. Okay, these are the rappers that I've heard about. There might be others, but I don't know about them. Okay, JJ Leroy, JJ Leroy is one of them. Louis Indigo,
Oh
Louis,
yeah, I've been seeing
yeah,
some pop up quite a bit.
yeah. Uh, I think Young Pineapple has a chance of making it out. He's like this, like Chinese, slightly like being kid, and but he has great like song structure. He mixes EDM with hip hop, and that appeals to the Asian crowd.
Hmm.
Okay, um, I think for any local rapper to make a name for themselves, even if they want to make like even if they want to be underground in hip hop, honestly, they have to move up to either the US or London
Ah,
or somewhere else with a decent amount of people who will support them. Because the thing is, over here, everyone thinks that they are better than the next man. There is no love in this city whatsoever. Zero love in this city. Everyone in this
so
city
you think
believes
that
that
there's not enough like collaborations going on, and they're like, "Hey, fuck you, I'm better than you," kind of thing, or
I wouldn't say that. It's more like okay, people won't really be fans of another person because it's such a small city. That's one, and every okay. So let's say like okay. Let's say I'm listening to like an artist for the first time.
Mhm.
Eventually, I'll because this city is so small. By one like through one way or another, I will eventually become either an acquaintance or a friend. Fair enough, right? And from there, I will be like, eh, you know what? Like, I actually am better than this guy. Why should I continue listening to him and being a fan of his? Let me do my own thing now. Boom. And then it rolls on and on. It's a cycle from there.
I've kind of heard something like that in a bit, little bit more like the DJing community. I don't know if I got the names right, but something like I think Kotho or his apprentice or some shit like that, and like I okay like not talking about them specifically, but in general, right?
Mhm.
I see
Mhm.
this habit of there's some 老教 person who's like their stuff is like kind of good. They try to train someone else, and then the person try to fuck them over, kind of thing. Like, is that
Yeah.
is that what you're talking about, or
No, I think it's more okay. It's actually Will Smith. Oh, okay.
oh, I've
Will
seen him
Smith
before.
he's actually a great rapper as well. And yeah, okay. But okay. Uh um I don't think it's a master and apprentice kind of thing. It's more like why should I support you when I feel I can do better than you? What makes you so
Hmm.
much cooler than me? You know? As compared to you see like in the US, they have a very like they have a very what's the word for it? They have a very community based mindset, which we don't in Singapore. Okay, the only ones who do, honestly, the only ones who do in Singapore are the Malays. The Chinese and the Indians, like I feel okay, like I think you are Chindian, right? You're mixed, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. People might find me like might say that oh Alex is racist because he's saying this, but
No, no, but
honestly,
dude, I agree. I feel that in general, Malay people support their own
they are
community like
very
very
supportive,
strongly.
very
Yeah.
supportive. Yes, very
Even
supportive.
if they don't like you personally, they'll still give money to your buy your
Correct,
shit or like
correct.
yeah.
Very supportive. But the Chinese, okay, I tell you, the Chinese, honestly, they are the worst. They are the most cutthroat. They will be like, oh, bro, like this and this and this. And then behind your back, they'll be talking to their friends about you and shit like that. So, I mean, okay, I can't comment much on the Indians because, like, I don't really have, like, an understanding
Yeah, yeah. I think
yeah,
me personally, I feel that maybe with Indians, it's a little bit more of the issue of as minorities, you feel like your opportunities are being taken up, and then after that, like they start fighting with each other, like kind of thing. If I were to get a little bit more like social political about it, right, I also
okay.
think maybe it has to do with in general, a lot of Malays tend to be Muslim, and there's this shared culture that they have,
Okay.
kind of thing. Whereas with
Mm-hmm.
Chinese and Indians, you have Chinese who are like, some Chinese are Muslim, Chinese who are Christian, who
Okay.
are Catholic and all that. Even with Indians also you have that. So I think that the shared identity isn't there, kind of thing.
Okay.
Whereas with the Malay community is a little bit like stronger. But anyway, yeah,
Okay.
like what you were saying about the whole the scene, all that, I do kind of feel that over here in Singapore, it's really so small. We should be collaborating more.
Mm-hmm.
In general, like different communities or that. But I always notice this unnecessary like crab in the barrel, like kind of like toxicity kind of thing. It's like fuck you, I'm better than you. Like
Mm.
what do you think causes that in, let's say, the rap scene?
It, I mean, hip hop has, okay, honestly, I I might be very interested in like rap beef, um, gossip in the hip hop, like in the hip hop, like in hip hop and all that stuff. But I don't really truly understand the culture yet. I feel. I mean, I'm still like trying to understand it as I go along. But honestly, I think hip hop has always been very competitive, you know.
True, but like
And
let's say in Singapore there's a lot of beef, right? Where are all the diss tracks?
there are no diss tracks, and I don't think there will ever be any diss tracks because the thing is, honestly, I don't know anyone that would actually beef like for yeah, and like what Fee said. Fee is from Unknown Radicals, if I'm not mistaken. Like what he said, like everyone's a social climber, everyone's like a dick rider. Even I myself, bro, like I am like one of the biggest dick riders of all time. Cause like, dude, like if I know someone's gonna be like up there soon, I'm gonna jump on that shit and I'm gonna go with it. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
okay, like just to ask you, like, is there, because from your vibe you feel a little bit more like, I'll say that you feel quite genuine, right? So you, even though you just say that, let's say if you don't agree with the person, you don't really like the person, would you, like, to what extent would you be willing to just shut up and do it, or like, okay, fuck you, this is too much, like?
I mean,
Oh, let me just reply to Will Smith. Hey, bro, I would love to like collab with you and shoot with you sometime, man.
I think I
Yeah.
think Will
Yeah,
Smith is really like I think he's an inspiring character. Straight
yeah,
up.
yeah. I think I've seen him at events before, but like I like shy to like talk. Probably hit
Oh,
him up like after this.
yeah, I've never
Fuck,
seen
what
I've
was my
never spoken to him
question?
either.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wait,
you
fuck, what did
you
I ask?
I think you were asking me about I can't remember either, bro. Like, okay, the thing
Oh,
is after
fuck.
yeah. Um Wait, what were you asking?
Fuck, I'm trying to remember also. Shit. um, yeah, like, okay, yeah. So okay, we were talking a little bit about like social climbers and stuff, right? So yeah, what I asked you
Oh,
was, is there
oh,
a limit to like how much you'd be willing to like, I don't know, put up with someone, or like,
okay. I'm gonna give you guys an extremely good example. Okay? And okay, I have a friend, or rather an acquaintance. No, please, bro, don't apologize, bro. I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
man.
yeah, and like, okay, I can't say a friend, but I know someone who is always talking shit about me, and I have not said anything to him about that yet. I'm just chilling. I'm just keeping quiet, like, because this dude supports my stuff. Supports. I don't know to what extent he supports my music, but
But he still
he
talks shit about you.
talks shit about me all the time. From what I know, okay. And I'm not like, I'm like, okay, you know what, like you do your thing. I mean, obviously, like I don't bother like keeping up with him as much as I used to, and but I don't necessarily, I don't like, yo, like, fuck you, I'm not like gonna do it in his face, because like I don't see a point in doing that. Like, what's the point, at the end of the day, like oh, happy birthday, Dylan. The dude is this this Dilly Wildman guy. He was my first ever producer, and he did like an amazing job. But yeah, I think hip hop and like Christianity, they don't really go hand in hand. So he didn't really, yeah. And
Shit.
honestly, sometimes I do have like I do question my own lyrics as well. Like if I'm saying the right things. Okay, but back to what you were saying, yeah, like I don't like see a reason because like at the end of the day, like I know no one's gonna throw hands. Like no one's gonna throw hands. And honestly, like dude,
Because it's Singapore, right? Like,
I mean like bro, like I love a good like scuffle and like honestly like I love starting these scuffles. But I'm not very good at fighting, so I'm not very good at my fists. So I mean I'm just like, yo, fuck it, like it's pointless. Like there's no point in me like telling this dude off. Then what we gonna do? We're gonna have a verbal argument like two like two bitches, Like
yeah. Like,
I
okay,
I,
so
I don't see a point
this,
there.
this is something that I guess I have feelings about, right? Because like for me, like I've gone out before when I like had an exhibition. It was actually started this year, and someone was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go down and throw hands," kind of thing, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" Like I mean, like the Singapore art scene is so small. Like to even have a public argument with someone is really like what the fuck kind of thing. And I think like let me know if you disagree with this, right?
Okay.
I feel in Singapore a lot of people like to like talk like, oh, I don't like this person, blah blah blah. But when it comes down to confrontation, right, I think most Singaporeans like don't do confrontation.
Oh, I mean, wait, sorry. That guy is a great rapper as well. Zon Irago. I
Oh,
play with him in a collective called Visions. He's a great rapper. And
you
yeah,
gotta give me a list of people to like
that's
interview
my
next
homie.
time.
Yeah, that's my boy. Okay, yeah, what you asked? I mean, no one is okay, honestly, I've seen people like almost getting into fights. I've seen like this one. Okay, like I was at the Youth Music Awards, which is some like it's some small convention hosted by Skate, if I'm not mistaken. And one
Oh,
of the
okay.
unknown radicals, one of the boys in unknown radicals, I think it was Gabriel or something. And then like he was standing like like him and another dude, they were queuing for beers. I think it was Pineda. Pineda is a great rapper as well. Actually, honestly, most of the rappers are most of the musicians here, they're great. They just don't have enough exposure. Either that
Hmm.
or they don't have like a solid like marketing plan. Not that I
Oh
do,
yeah.
not that I do.
That's actually something I want to like talk about a bit, right? Okay, so in general, I feel that like there is no shortage of like talents in Singapore when it comes to like like music, like art, like photography, all this kind of shit, right? But
Yep.
what I kind of see lacking is where are the businesses or the businessmen who are good at marketing these things? Like where are the agents, the agencies, and like what do you
Mm,
think of that? Why do you think we don't have good agencies to represent artists here?
um, I think arts is not a very uh, it's not a highly valued um it's not a high value industry. Okay, I don't really know I don't really know the terms to use, and I feel like I've fallen back a little on my language skills. So like I'll try to explain it to the best that I can. And yeah, like what I was saying, like art, the arts is not something that's highly valued in this city. So until don't believe Singapore. And yeah, what Jay just said, like him fucking this guy. Yeah, but what Jay just said, what Zon just said, that's very true. I've discussed this with him like a ton of times as well. Yeah, and like it's like it's okay until oh yo, the rain is crazy, man. Yeah, but until the government or people with pool outside of Singapore that reside in Singapore decide to like invest more into the arts, then only will the culture start popping.
But do you think maybe it's a bit of a so for me like I kind of see it as a little bit of a chicken and egg issue because like on one hand while I think that yes you need to have good agents and everything on the other hand I've kind of heard that like if you're running a band or whatever you really need to treat it as though it's a business and I've
It
seen a lot
is.
of
It
bands
is.
yeah, like I've seen a lot of bands just fall apart because they're like fuck this up we just do the music like marketing like as long as you make good music people will come on and like Since so many just fall for that like that make good
Um,
music.
okay, honestly, I have a great example. Okay, I have a great example, and I'm gonna use two of my groups. Okay, when I dropped I have an EP out with some boys from LA. Jay is one of them, and
Mm.
and a few of these other dudes over there. And the thing is, like, it didn't, okay, we thought that we wouldn't have to market it as much because, like, honestly, like, the EP was so fucking good. Like, honestly, I haven't heard anything as good as that, like, in a short 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I think the EP is a 20-minute long EP. And we were like, okay, you know what? Like, we're just gonna like promote it a little here and there. And nothing came of it, you know, like we got much, I feel we got way less plays than we deserve and stuff like that. So, you know, I like good music, if you without a marketing scheme, it nah, it's I
Yeah,
I don't think
you
that
straight up.
that will I think that's a very that okay, the thing is this music, when you do music, you don't just do music, you need to have a good hand at business. You need to be good with yeah, like what
Yeah, yeah,
Zon said. Yeah, like what Zon Jay. His name is Jay. So I feel weird calling him Zon, but like what he said, you know,
yeah.
that's all factual. That's all factual. Like that dude, he knows what's up because he used to he works in K-pop, and like he does a lot of marketing for all this music stuff. Yeah. But
Wait,
yeah,
is
like
it a
what you said.
music parlor J or?
No, that's Jay Fang. This is Jay Lee. Yeah. His yeah.
Right.
So basically, like, you know, like without marketing, okay, I guess at that point of time when we dropped the EP, I was like, yo, like, you know, it's chill, like we're gonna let like Spotify help us.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
I heard everyone cheats on Spotify, right? Like a lot of people just like buy the views or some shit.
uh um I okay, okay. A lot of these um a lot of these artists with very high plays often get these plays because get this amount of plays because they were playlisted previously.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, with my old band Yeti Pack, we have about like 300,000 like streams on like one song, but like I think maybe like 1,000 of them are organic, and the other 299,000 of them are probably like from the playlist, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait, so why do you say it's your old band? Because it's still in your
Yeah,
description.
okay. We haven't worked in a long time. I mean, like we are on like an indefinite hiatus right now. So, and the boys I mean, I still talk to the boys there. I think they're doing quite all right. They are, yeah. So I guess that's like my definition of old man.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you said I could ask anything, right?
Yep. Anything, bro.
I
Anything.
heard you had a sex tape.
Yeah. I mean that was
Okay,
okay.
I just want to say, I just want to say something first before that, right? I actually have one as well that like
Okay.
went viral, but back then handphone cameras weren't that good, so like you can't tell. You know, like I fucking swear it's out there. I was in school uniform at some staircase, but you can't tell. But like no, one day I was just like on Tumblr, it came on like, fuck, that's me. I remember doing that over there kind of thing. But like,
Okay.
thank God
Okay.
no one identified me. So yeah.
Okay. Um. Okay. I want to say a few things about this. Actually, it's something that I've wanted to speak on for a very long time, but I
Oh,
never
okay, okay.
really had a chance to. Okay. So firstly, I feel bad for the girl involved because um it affected her quite heavily. It affected her quite heavily, and I don't care if it happened to me because with me, like, nothing is everything that is bad, I will eventually flip. If someone offends me, I'll turn it into a song or like I'll get like a friend of mine to video it. I'll jump the guy. I'll do some like dumb marketing shit for that, you know. But with this, like the girl didn't ask for it. This lady, like she did not ask for it at all, like for it to be released. And if I'm not mistaken, what happened was a guard or someone from management in that condominium stole like the CCTV footage and released it online. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah. I mean, okay, the thing is this, like I used to to like that condo was like my go-to spot to like yeah. For a while it
no,
was
I
my
mean, okay,
go-to
okay,
spot.
I understand. Like, sometimes you can't go back home to do it, so there's this like
Yeah.
staircase or place where like it's a bit more quieter kind of thing, and like I mean, like
I mean
everything's consensual, but like
my my yeah, my parents are pretty strict, so yeah.
yeah. So
I mean
how like I mean, after it came out and everything like that, like yeah, you said it affected her like quite
mhm.
bad and everything. Like, how did it affect you as well? Like, what was the like? What a lot of people like picking fun of you for it, or
It
like
didn't oh yeah, Jay is yeah, okay, but uh okay, I have friends who ask me about it. I won't call them friends. I would say acquaintances. Like I have acquaintances who like ask a ton of questions like, hey, who's the girl? What's that? And all that stuff. Like I'm just like, yo, like like why would you think I would even tell you, you know? Like yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, there are also girls who ask like, hey, like who's this girl and all that, and I'm just like, okay, there was one girl who asked, and I know that she's quite a shit stirrer as well, because in my first ever relationship, this particular girl was also like saying some rubbish. And then when this thing happened, I happened to be on a house party call with her like a few days ago, and she's like asking like, oh, where's the pool? Who's this girl? And I'm like, hey, you know what? It's not that difficult to tell me if you wanna like, if you're interested in like my all that stuff, like just hit me up, on the low. No, but I can't do that anymore. Okay, but back to yeah, I have a girlfriend now, so like I'm not gonna do that dumb shit. But like back to what you were
okay.
saying.
Yeah, so okay, I guess like I wanna ask you like something else, right? Since like we're at the topic of scandals. So I saw like apparently some people were making noise that you were trying to do a fundraiser thing, and like so like maybe you can
Uh
like talk a bit like what was the like fundraiser thing for, and like what was some of the drama or bullshit? 'Cause I didn't really see much of it or whatever. I just heard here and there, and like
okay.
I
The
didn't do
the
my research.
reason the reason why I want to raise those funds is because okay, doing like being a recording artist is not a cheap, or okay, or rather should I say, being like an artist, it doesn't come cheap. There's a lot of money that goes into it. A music video can go up to two three
I think we're gonna
thousand.
say up like minimum at least like 5 to 7 thousand, right? Like
Yeah,
minimum.
I mean, okay, think about it this way. You're a photographer. Like if you did like a shoot for like a group, or like even an individual artist, how much will you charge for? Maybe say let's say it's commercial. If I'm not mistaken, I'm assuming it goes for about 150 a picture. According to some of my other friends who do photography as well, it could go up to 150 to maybe 300 a picture even, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's just straight up not cheap. If it's cheap, you're gonna get shit quality, So
Yeah.
yeah,
And the thing is, okay, I don't know if I'm right, but I feel that you are not getting as well paid as you should be as a photographer. Am I correct?
yeah, straight up. I think like
Okay,
that's for like every artist in Singapore.
okay. So the reason why I was trying to raise this 100,000 is because there are producers that I work with. Of course, there are studios that I go to that I pay for studio time at. But there are also producers that I work with that I have no way of paying. And I feel that they deserve to get paid. Like some of them, like they spend like maybe 5 6 hours in the booth with me, um, just like telling me, okay, bro, you should do this, change this bar, and like, yo, that's all hard work. Like you should get paid for that. I don't have enough to pay you out of my own pocket right now. But if I was funded, ideally, all these all these donations would go back out to these artists. Like if let's say I were to do a shoot with you, I would be like, hey Ben, 150, 200 a picture, name your price. I have all this funding, I want you guys to get paid. So it wasn't for like myself to like, it wasn't for me to like spend on myself and like, okay, the thing is, yes, I mean, I want to use all this money to create a large library of content so that when people overseas hit my page on YouTube, they'll be like, oh dude, this dude has this and he has this as well, But at the end of the day, all that money will go out to like videographers, photographers, producers, you name it,
Actually, like, okay, so like this is just my take, right? Why I think like people were like making such a big issue about it or whatever, right? So okay, I kind of feel that in general, when anyone wants to like do a fundraiser or whatever, right, it will open you up to like bullshit and hate and all this kind of,
Okay.
like because people would probably like feel like, why the fuck do you deserve this? Fuck you, and a lot of times this is just my opinion. I feel that a lot of Singaporeans who are creatives don't work as hard as they need to. So then they'll be like, fuck this, why this guy think he can ask for this, like I didn't have balls to ask for this, so now I'm gonna attack them. But I wanna bring this to like, okay, so this is why maybe I think that like you got shit for it as well, right?
Okay.
The people I know who do like fundraising or whatever, what they do is actually you do it in small increments kind of thing. So you do like a Patreon with like for this track, this merch or whatever. Then after a few months you slowly increase and you have this final big goal or whatever. So that way people are used to it. And if haters give you shit, it's like you are still really adding value to people in small increments. So there's just a way that I've seen people do the raise funds thing and not get in trouble.
Okay, when I don't actually have this is the first time I'm doing anything of that sort. So when I set an amount, it was like I clicked it. I was like, 1,000 too little. Okay, 10,000 also too little. I was like, yo, I need to. Okay, I would say, ideally, a rapper who wants to push himself out into like the United States, a rapper who wants to go into the United States should have at least 3 to 4 mixtapes worth of content, about 10 to 15 music videos, and I think a good number of like press photos, like promo photos. And I think if you total that out, okay, 10 to 15 music videos, let's say every music video costs about 3,000 to shoot. Good, like well shot, well edited, and with good concepts, with a good concept behind it. I think that would be at least like, it will cost between 3 to even more. And 15 music videos, that's very half of the funding. Studio time. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying? Yeah.
So I get it that it's very expensive, right? It's kind of I want to bring this to like my next point because we're almost gonna finish the 1 hour, right?
Bro, you can go even longer than that if you want.
Oh, yeah, because I think Instagram cuts it out. But so I guess what I want to ask. So yeah, being an artist, it's not cheap because especially like let's say if you leave art school or whatever, you kind of need time, money, and space in order to like do your craft, whether it's photography, music, or like whatever, right?
Correct.
What do you think about like? So basically, I've noticed that most of the made it artists in Singapore tend to be like from fucking rich families. So like do you think some kid in a 1-room rental apartment who's like trying to write like lyrics every fucking day, really going at it, like, do you think they even have a chance or not?
Okay, I would say they do. From what I know, the 2 biggest rappers from this city right now are not the wealthiest, not like super wealthy. Young Raja and Faris, and they have a strong market. They have a strong fan base. They have a very very it might not be like the widest fan base. It might not be like stretched all the way to like Europe or like the US, but these guys have their market, and they're doing what they do. Like they do have the label backing them, but on the downside, I would say that if you get the money from, like, okay, for example, I don't know how I'm making a very big assumption here. I'm assuming that Sam Willow's got the money through their own funding. Like they were funded, they were family funded in that sense. I would assume. I think that was what kind of what yeah. And that's better than signing to a label. And okay, at least maybe like overseas, but here, I mean, I don't know like what happens to an artist when he or she signs to a label. Yeah. But most of the label stuff that I've heard from here,
It's family funded.
it's not family fun. No, it's not family fun. It's not that great. Yeah, most of the label stuff, like I think when you're signed, you will be forced to like do a certain thing, say a certain thing. You can't do this, can't do that, can't say this, can't say that. But like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So
So
that's something that I've heard from other like artists as well. That like, oh, in Singapore, the sales pitch usually is like, you have some producer or label that's like, oh wow, you guys are special, you guys are unique. Okay, if you sign on with me, let me give you a whole bunch of restrictions that make you just like everyone else, right? And we're gonna turn you to the next, I don't know what, JJ Lin or like whatever fuck, like.
okay, JJ Lin is actually a very very solid artist. I have to say that like
Uh,
I I I I I actually like some of his music. And I think okay, I would say the artists that were really forced to do, I might be wrong, okay? I might be wrong, but like back in the day when Sugar Shay first came out and he was like, he had all these songs on MySpace and all that stuff. That
yeah.
guy was like, yo, that stuff was actually fire. And okay, here's another reason why I feel if you tell people you're from Singapore, people will never take you seriously. Okay?
Uh,
So here's the thing. From a great like battle rapper. I don't know if he was a battle rapper, but I feel like he could freestyle back then. I'm pretty sure he can freestyle still now. This guy is like talking about Kopi Peng, Milo Peng, Milo
Milo
Dinosaur.
Peng,
No, there's okay, like that's great if you're doing it for an advertisement. But bro, like you can like that's not what the Americans want to hear. The Americans want to hear how you as a Singaporean rapper will match up to an American rapper saying the same thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
like no one wants to hear about our culture, bro, because Singapore has barely any culture.
Okay, I want to
And
ask you, right, in your opinion, what would be Singapore culture?
that's a good question, man. What would be Singapore culture? Um, okay, I might take a while to respond to this question,
Okay,
and I
I'll
need.
just tell you what I think is Singapore culture. Okay,
Okay, why
like
don't you? Okay.
that's fucking underrated. I think like the epitome of Singapore culture, right? The unique shit that's like Singaporean, right? That we don't, because I feel that we don't shit on our own culture, right? I feel that the real Singapore culture is GY culture. Is
Okay.
that like fucking cynical, like just like that cynical, like someone fall
Like
down, like, you see, good, like
like
someone get arrested, like, there, you see, fuck, like is that
like self
GY-ness that like
self-deprecating
brings us.
kind of.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like I
Okay.
hate myself, I hate everyone else, fuck
Okay.
everybody. But it's really there's no English word for it. I feel the word that captures it is GY culture.
Cynicism to a certain extent would, I guess, yeah, like I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I can't think of a word off the top of my head right now that would that would perfectly. But yes, I do agree. Like a lot of no, but then again, that's not like okay. Do you think like it's a good um it's a good kind of it's a I don't feel that it's a good culture. I don't know. I think like yes, even though it is uniquely like it is a very Singaporean thing to do. Actually, okay, it does happen overseas as well, or at least from what I've seen in the movies, it does happen
Yeah,
in the okay, like Singapore honestly is a as one of our politicians has said previously, it's a third world country it's a first world country with third world citizens, you know. Yeah, so
yeah.
for Singapore to be even appreciated in any way by the rest of the world, it's going to take a long time. I can't like even if you ask me now like how can Singapore be better or have more have a better name in the rest like to the rest of the world. I can't give you the answer. I don't have a straight answer to that.
Especially
If yeah.
I feel right when it comes to making art, right? So have you heard this comic book called The Art of Charlie Hock Chai?
No,
So is this like comic book done by local Singapore artists? I think they were supposed to get a grant by NAC, National Arts Council. On the
Mhm.
day of the launch, they put the grant. So it's sort of like they were unofficially trying to like ban it because it's talking about Singapore history, all that shit. You know, they don't want us to learn that, right? And then it went on to be like New York Times bestseller, all that shit. So I feel like the formula to really be successful, right, like as an artist, right, is you need to get your shit banned in Singapore. The moment it's banned in Singapore, right, you can go and promote it overseas. And if they ask like, why should I listen to your shit? It's like, cause it got banned in my country.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, that's a
government
good.
gives the people is better than any grant they can give you.
Yes, I don't disagree. Like, bro, you know, I actually feel that like all this. Okay, like I don't know if it's like a good thing, but I know that I will never get signed by any label. Honestly, the thing I've seen hold back SG artists the most is the fakeness.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Wait. Okay, Jay, bro, you have to you have to
I
elaborate
think
on
I'll
that.
interview him next, man. Like,
I think you should, bro. Honestly, after an interview with me, I think you should interview him. I will watch it.
yeah, I'll definitely want to. Like, hopefully this yes. Apply some peer pressure. Like, okay,
Come
so
on,
we
bro.
are kind of like almost out of time. Okay, so I want to ask you, like, is there anything that you're working on now, or anything that we can kind of like look forward to seeing from
Yes,
you?
I have a single coming out with
Not everything.
no, okay, I have a single coming out called it's called WTF. What the fuck? And it's definitely not gonna be on the radio. I think
Okay.
it's I think you will like it actually because like you said you grew up on like on like post hardcore and pop punk and alternative music, right? It's I think you'll find it to your liking.
Can.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward.
Yes,
Yeah, I
sir.
guess
Yes, sir.
last thing, right? Okay, so for you personally, what do you wish to see, like, I guess, change in like this Singapore creative scene?
Uh, I think the government should be okay. Honestly, the government could put a lot more money than they are right now into the arts and focus it properly. You know, don't focus it on like I don't know what how they allocate the grants, but honestly, from what they're doing, to be the very Singaporean citizen that I am, the government is not doing a good job. Not at all.
But what do you
I
think about the
mean,
argument when people say like artists should find their own way and like not be like if you have to be reliant on the government, then maybe it should be a hobby. Like so, I know people who have thrown it out. So just playing devil's advocate, what do you think about that?
wait, sorry, can you repeat the question again? I didn't. I think it
Okay.
was yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what do you think about the people who will say like, oh, if you need government funds in order to do it, then maybe you should just stick to having it as a hobby.
I think those people either they don't bother to research the uh the discussion at hand, or they just make comments of like out of their asshole. You know, like they don't think before making the comments. Yeah. Um. I mean, if you're talking about music or okay, like even like videography, photography, all this stuff, all this like equipment, all these
Everyone's underpaid, right?
I mean like okay like as long okay like if it comes to like creative stuff, all creative like all these I don't know what umbrella I can lump them under, but like
Yeah, just the creative scene, like the
yeah okay
non
like
JC
it
kid path. Yeah.
like equipment related to the creative scene requires like it okay it's generally very expensive. So
Yeah.
if you think that someone can just you know like fund it on their own, I mean you gotta do your research, man. Yeah, these people a lot of people like to talk out of their ass and like say like, oh bro, you should like okay like one thing I have to say
Just sell
that
drugs out there, you can buy one.
yeah but
Okay, the timers are going off. I have like 20 seconds. So
I mean like it was great talking to you, bro. It was
yeah, same. I
I
really
had a
like
great
talking to
time.
you, man.
I had a great time,
Okay,
but I mean
I'll
like
try to interview Jay like next.
okay, if you do interview him, let me know. Like I will. Okay, I'll definitely see on my like notice and like boom. I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright, it's gonna cut
peace,
off.
brother.
Okay, bye.
Peace, brother.